Okay, good morning, class. Okay, today we are going to start on DC motors, and for this lesson, we have three main objectives. And our main objective first is to make sure that the learner is able to define a DC motor, describe the component part of a DC motor, and the last the learner should be able to classify DC motors accordingly. When we start by defining a DC motor, we say that a DC motor is basically an electrical machine, an electrical machine that converts electrical energy to mechanical energy. That is what you call the rotary torque when connected to a DC supply. Strictly when it is connected to a DC supply. Then we say that the DC motors come in different sizes. As you can see, this is a DC motor. This is can be used for the purposes of the old radio cassettes in turning small DC loads. Then we have another one here. This is used for mostly fans like those of computers. Then we have another one here which is a bit larger, which can be used in let's say pumping water. It can be used in ventilation fans and among other uses. Then we go to the parts of a DC motor. A DC motor mainly consists of 5 basic parts, and the first part is the fuel system. This is also referred to as the stator, which is the stationary part of the DC motor. This basically does not move. This is what you see from the outside. The function of the fuel system is to produce the uniform magnetic field in which the armature rotates. Then lastly, about the fuel system, it consists of a number of salient poles. Salient poles means these are protruding. We have two types of poles. We have salient and non-salient poles, all smooth, then which must be an even number, simply because the poles are induced in either north pole and south pole in pairs. Then when we move to the next part of the DC machine, we have the armature. The armature core, which is the rotor. Mainly it's called the rotor. This is the rotating part of the DC machine, and mostly this is where the armature windings are, and this is where now the induced EMF acts on the rotor in order to induce the rotating motion. Then the other part of the DC motor is the armature winding. This is the principal winding of the DC motor. This is where the working EMF is induced, and it is mainly made of copper, and they are mostly connected in series, parallel series, to increase the voltage, and in parallel so as to increase the current. They must be a closed circuit. And the other part is a commutator. Commutators are mechanical rectifiers which just convert the alternating voltage which is fed into the motor through the brushes. It converts the AC, simply because DC motor cannot use the AC voltage. There must be a rectifier, which is called the commutator for this case. Then we have the brushes. These are carbon brushes which are used as electrical connections between the rotating commutator and the stationary external load circuit.